International break and were held 2-2 by Everton in the Merseyside derby. They are currently in fourth place, Liverpool, but they don't look as dominant as last time.
No, they don't. You know, listen, if you've got the three players that they've got up front, I think they're always going to score goals and create opportunities. But if you look at Sheffield United, the manager, when you listen to the Sheffield United manager speak, he doesn't really seem that panicky. He doesn't seem panicky, and he thinks that things will take care of themselves. But it can't go on much longer, this.
No, absolutely. Turning our attentions to tomorrow, Southampton against Everton. Everton still top of the table, still unbeaten, and with 13 points from their opening 5 games. I've enjoyed watching Everton, Rufus. I think James has added something special to them, and also obviously Calvert-Lewin's goals have been a big part of their season. Are they good enough to finish top 4 overall?
I think when you look at the start that they've had, if they can continue the start they had, the players that they've got, if they stay fit, I think they've every chance of doing that. Obviously, if you've got a goal scorer in there with Calvert-Lewin, who's, you know, lit on a crest of a wave, everything that goes in the box is attacking. So no, I think they've got a great chance.
Yeah, he's scored in every game in the Premier League so far, Dominic Calvert-Lewin. That one kicks off at 2 o'clock local time tomorrow. Then at 4:30 it's Wolves against Newcastle, and then at 7:15 another tasty game, Arsenal against Leicester City. Leicester have won 3 and lost 2. And so too of Arsenal, so neither side particularly consistent, but they are fifth and 6th in the table at the moment. So again, it's another game where a victory for either side would see them kick on.
Yeah, that's right. And but both teams again, they look at it. They've had okay starts, but again, they both can do better. And again, another big game for both teams.
Yeah, and on Monday we've got Brighton against West Brom and Burnley against Tottenham, and that will round off the Premier League weekend for you. You won't miss a kick. We're across every single game, every weekend of the entire season, of course. It starts today with West Ham against Manchester City. The Hammers hoping to end a miserable sequence of 9 consecutive defeats against Manchester City, but they look in the sort of shape which suggests it may not be as easy for the visitors as it has been in the recent past. Let's get the thoughts of the two managers, David Moyes and Pep Guardiola.
What we saw against Tottenham, and not just Tottenham, so in other games, is still alive. Always, West Ham has incredible quality players up front in the middle, and they play really well against Tottenham, not just the last minutes or the second half. Even with 3-0 down, they play with a lot of personality. They are not just thinking, just defending, because they have players to attack, and they are in a good form. So definitely they are in a good moment for them.
Manchester City still and are one of the best teams in the world, and I think they're probably in a slight transitional period. They lost Kompany a year or 2 ago, they lost David Silva, so they're trying to add to and get the level of those players which Manchester City have had over the years, and they're looking for that. But from our point of view, as you mentioned, Mark Noble has a massive part to play here. Thomas and Declan have played ever so well, but Mark Noble, after lockdown, was probably our best player, arguably our best player. So he's got plenty more games in him, Mark, and he'll be involved in many games in the future.
I think for both teams, all the managers, we want to keep being focused 90 minutes as much as possible, and the fans help to the players to be there. So, but it's what it is. So we have to wait a little bit longer, but I think every team, with fans or without fans, prefers to play at home than away.
Saeed's doing well. I think he's needing to get up to speed of what we want and where we're at. The way the players are playing has given me that opportunity to take a little bit more time with them anyway. And it's a bit like I've always said with the boys we bring in for the Championship. I'm not in a great rush to put them into the team and put them in. I want to give them opportunities, but I want to do it at the right time and when I think it's best for them.
David Moyes there talking about Said Benrahma, who was magnificent for Brentford in the Championship last season and has moved to the Premier League and yet to feature. He's not among the substitutes today. By the way, it's nice to see David Moyes back. He, of course, had to miss a few games because of the coronavirus, which he contracted, but he's fit and well now, and it's good to have him back. He's got quite a good record against Manchester City as a manager, even if West Ham have a dreadful record against them as a club. We've talked a little bit about West Ham and that return against Manchester City. What about against Tottenham? What about City? Good result against Arsenal, always difficult. They kept a clean sheet, which they hadn't done previously this season in the Premier League. And, Porto come to the Etihad in the Champions League, never the easiest of games, and they swept them aside. Ferran Torres got another goal. So it's beginning to look a bit more like the City of old, isn't it? Yeah, it is. You know what Manchester City have got in the final third, attacking. It's just at the back where they've got to really tighten up and get a good combination of a centre-half and a good solid back four. I think, like I said, what they've got in the final third is good. In the middle of the park with De Bruyne pulling strings. So no, I think they're ticking along quite nicely and they're just about getting to speed. What do you make of Ruben Diaz as a defender yourself, Rufus? To me, he looks a good acquisition. He's got Kyle Walker to his right, and then to his left it's Eric Garcia and Joao Cancelo, who are slightly less experienced. So it's an important game for Diaz. Yeah, it is. And it looks as though he's got a big personality. It looks as though that he talks a lot as well and pulls people about. So no, I think he's going to be a very good signing for Man City. And Aguero's back, which, I mean, you've automatically got 20 goals, probably more, haven't you, with him playing? They've sorely missed him. He's only played 2 games this season, Sergio Aguero, but he's already got that goal against Arsenal. So it's a massive plus, isn't it? He's a wonderful player, and you've seen him throughout the years for Man City, produced week in, week out, and it was a massive loss for them. And now that he's come back, and you think it would take him time to get up to speed, after the injury, but it seems as though he's firing on all cylinders. Yeah, Sterling it was against Arsenal, I beg your pardon, but Aguero has got off the mark for this season. Will be off the mark in just a moment in East London, where a huge cavernous stadium still feels slightly eerie with nobody in it. We've had Olympic Games here, we've had all kinds of rock concerts here, all the greats of music have played at this particular venue, but today it's West Ham against Manchester City in the Premier League. The whole game is coming up live, and you'll hear it with us on Premier League Live.
Get ready and hold on tight, because the Premier League is here! Which teams will stay on track, and who'll go off the rail? Get the Irish Sun for top transfer news, exclusive star interviews and opinions from the biggest names in football, plus expert analysis of every action-packed match in our fantastic goals pull-out each weekend. Stay up to speed, because you never know what the Premier League is going to throw up. Pick up the Irish Sun today.
I was never good at spelling. I could read just fine, but I would be afraid if anybody asked me to do anything involving spelling. But since doing the course, all that has changed. I am braver. In fact, I feel braver than ever now. You're never too old to learn. Never.
If reading, writing, maths or technology is holding you back, take the first step. Free phone 1800 2020 65 or text LEARN to 550 to see how we can help. This free and confidential service is supported by your local ETB, Solis and Nala.
Create the Premier League atmosphere at home with Harvey Norman, the home of the big screen. Feel like you're on the pitch with our stunning range of 4K smart LED and OLED TVs from LG, starting from just $449. Plus, hear every kick, save, tackle, decision with LG's best-in-class soundbars. Get TV ready for all the big games with Harvey Norman. Shop online today or safely in our spacious stores. Harvey Norman, home of the big screen.
Demanding a high performance from your team?
You should be demanding the same from your tires. Stay safe this winter and check the condition of your tires. You could even be liable for a fine and 2 penalty points if found driving with tires below the legal tread depth limit of 1.6 millimeters. ITIA expert technicians will carry out a free tire safety check to ensure your tires are safe and legal. Visit itia.ie to find your local expert.
As darkness sweeps around the globe at 8 p.m. on the 18th of November, 25,000 people worldwide will pull their running shoes on to hit the road for a virtual 5 or 10k at Run in the Dark. I'm Mark Pollock, and by joining us to Run in the Dark this November, you'll be supporting the Mark Pollock Trust and our charity partner Collaborative Cures, whose mission it is to cure paralysis in our lifetime. Register now at runinthedark.org and get your medal, your flashing armband, and your Run in the Dark virtual timing app. Thank you.
At Paddy Power, we know competition for the remote control can be fierce at the weekends. So in order to give the non-football loving occupants of your house something to do, here are some of our top suggestions. Go for a walk. Walk the dog. Go cycling. Cycle the dog. Recycle the dog. Just go! All very good options, we say. And that's not the only one. If one leg of your 4+ fold ACCA lets you down, get a free bet on all football leagues and markets. Paddy Power. Max free bet €10. Min odds 1 to 5 on each leg. Online exclusive. Excludes shop bets. T's and C's apply. 18+. Need help? Visit gamblingcare.ie.
You're listening to TalkSport's coverage of West Ham United against Manchester City from the London Stadium. I'm your host, John Anderson. Alongside me is the former Fulham, QPR and West Ham fullback Rufus Brevett. This is Premier League Live. So we're almost underway. The two sets of players out in the middle, led out by the referee today, the experienced figure of Anthony Taylor. It's the first time since 2009 that West Ham have entered a game against Manchester City as the team who are higher in the table. Both teams could go top 4, or either of them could go top 4 if they win today. If West Ham win today, it will break a 9-match losing streak against Manchester City, which goes all the way back to 2015. Pep Guardiola has won every game he's played against West Ham as City manager, 8 in the Premier League and 1 cup tie. The weather's drizzly, overcast, but not especially cold, as City, wearing a changed dark strip, go through their final mental preparations. Sergio Aguero still with that peroxide silver top on his hair, smiling as he prepares to try and torment West Ham United once again. You would imagine, and you'd be right, that in all that time that Manchester City have been beating West Ham, Sergio Aguero has been a key figure. He's scored 10 goals in 17 games against them. Raheem Sterling has scored 7 goals in 14 games against West Ham. No crowd, but the bubbles still blow across this arena as West Ham, wearing their traditional claret and blue, get us underway. Can they start this week the way they finished last week? They certainly won't want to start the way they started last week, that's for sure. And I'm pretty sure, Rufus, that that's one of the things that David Moyes will have been talking to them about.
Yeah, you're completely right there. It's really important that they keep it nice and tight early doors and probably not chase the balls and leave big gaps for Manchester City to exploit. But no, the message would definitely be you need to start a lot quicker, a lot sharper than they did last week.
Ball goes all the way back to Ederson, who's wearing a fetching pink goalkeeping strip. He likes pink, Ederson, and he gets another touch as is his want. He's obviously a goalkeeper who isn't uncomfortable with the ball at his feet generally. Ball is played down the line to Riyad Mahrez, who tries to swing it across field. It doesn't come off, and West Ham deal with that. Aaron Creswell playing on the left side of a 3 gets the ball forward, and the Hammers get it forward. I think there's going to be, well, there would have been an offside flag against Bowen had that intervention not been made by Ederson. This is Rodri, the tall Spanish midfield player, finding Eric Garcia. And then Joao Cancelo to Ilkay Gundogan, who scored an absolute cracker of a goal against Porto in the Champions League, thundered in a free kick. Here's Eric Garcia again. No Aymeric Laporte for City, but here's Sterling. It's a brilliant run by Raheem Sterling, who likes scoring against West Ham. Finds Aguero, who clips it in. And the ball, did it cross the line before Fabianski picked it up? But Raheem Sterling almost managed to slice West Ham apart. I think there may have been an offside flag against Aguero.
Well, that's what Sterling does. He receives the ball on the off turn at the halfway line and literally drives at the West Ham back four.
No, it is a corner, no flag. Here's Mahrez. Corner of the penalty area. A lot of space for Gundogan down the left-hand side. A really poor cross. It was almost like he decided to pass it back to Lucas Fabianski. No intent whatsoever there. That was very, very poor from Gundogan.
Yeah, it was. He's got in a really good position there. And there's no one really attacking the near post, but even saying that, it's a poor cross in a very, very good position for Manchester City.
Yeah. West Ham's last win over City, 2015, was up at the Etihad. They've got a dreadful record against them here. 22 goals in the last 5 games. West Ham against City here. Here's Kyle Walker just pushing it forward to Bernardo Silva. Are you surprised? I'll go through the teams in just a moment. Are you surprised that City are completely unchanged from the Champions League? You think maybe he'd shake it around a little bit with so many games coming up?
Yeah, I thought that he would have done that, you know, especially with Kevin De Bruyne back. But obviously he's looking at it and he just wants to continue the good performance that they put in against Porto. But I'm sure there'll be changes in this game.
Yeah. So West Ham have Lucas Fabianski in goal. They play with a back three. Fabian Balbuena, Angelo Ogbonna and Aaron Cresswell. Midfield is Vladimir Kufal. Then Declan Rice, Thomas Souček, Pablo Fornals and Arthur Masuaka up front. Mikel Antonio and Jared Bowen. City on the attack again. Useful ball into the box. And it needed to be dealt with, and Balbuena got his head to it and managed to clear it for West Ham. But it's all City in the opening 5 minutes here. Cancelo, clever reverse ball to Aguero, who finds Sterling. Sterling sees his ball intercepted by Bowen, who's very deep and drives it upfield. But Manchester City dominating at the moment. They have Ederson in goal, a back four of Kyle Walker, Ruben Diaz, Eric Garcia and Joao Cancelo. Then it's Ilkay Gundogan, Rodri and Bernardo Silva. And the front three are Raheem Sterling, Sergio Aguero and Riyad Mahrez, with of course Sterling and Mahrez you'd think interchangeable, both generally right-sided players, but Sterling may well start on the left-hand side and Mahrez on the right. Here's Bernardo Silva driving again at the West Ham defence. It's a useful ball. Here's Kyle Walker. This is a good move by City. Walker can't quite get it to a teammate. It's poked away by West Ham and then given away by West Ham, and then it falls to the feet of Joao Cancelo, who went for a clever side foot curve into the top corner, but couldn't find the net. It was a long way wide in the end as he looked for his first Premier League goal. Yeah, it was, and Man City really dominant in this first 5 minutes of the game, and Cancelo picked up the ball there. He's probably got about 20 yards, and as you say, he tried to just curl it into the top corner off his right side. Got it all wrong, went over the bar, but Manchester City completely dominant. Yeah, they're absolutely throwing everything at West Ham at the moment. Keep the tweets coming in at TalkSport Live. Eden Hazard, a perfect recipe for a Saturday, a walk on a beautiful full day. That's an autumn day for us in England, in Massachusetts, listening to the best radio commentary duo on 3 continents. I think you mean 5 consonants there, don't you? I expect your match, coupled with Chelsea's game later, to show that both London and Manchester are blue. Well, we've got Chelsea coming up, of course, against Manchester United. Manchester City here facing a potential offensive threat for the first time. West Ham have a free kick just inside their own half, wide on the right-hand side. It's going to be knocked forward by the left foot of Aaron Creswell up towards Ogbonna. It eludes him, but it's clipped back in and then headed away by Rodri, and then headed away again by Sterling. Here's Bernardo Silva, who changes direction, and City, because if they're going to go all the way back to the pink-clad Ederson.
Well, that's where West Ham might get some joy this afternoon from set pieces, because they have got good delivery and they've got big players in there that can attack the ball. You can see that West Ham work extremely hard on their set pieces.
Yep. Here's Eric Garcia crossing halfway the centre half, finding Joao Cancelo, who just skips in field for all City's pressure so far. He's had the first, or the only real shot on goal. Aguero's was more of a clip across. Suddenly West Ham have sprung into action, and they're not able to make anything of that.
It's good play from there from Bowen. Just got the ball in the defensive third and drove West Ham forward, and now they've got a throw in the attacking third.
It's going to be taken by Vladimir Kufal, Czech Republic international, from the right hand side. Gets good distance on that, and it's nodded away by Manchester City, thumped away by Aguero. West Ham drive it forward again towards the far side. Antonio heads the ball in. It's nodded away though by Ruben Diaz. Declan Rice wins it back though for West Ham, and here they come again with Antonio tussling edge of the penalty area, trying to find space for a shot. Goes down, nothing given by Anthony Taylor, so Ederson will be able to clear left-footed. It's gone back to Lucas Fabianski. West Ham come again down the right-hand side, and the pullback is cleared in the end by Manchester City from Bowen's cross.
This is much better from West Ham now. The last couple of minutes they've seen good possession, got into dangerous areas, especially Bowen on this right-hand side. Every time he gets the ball, he's looking to drive West Ham forward.
Yeah, he's had a couple of sorties down the right flank so far. We've had nearly 10 minutes. West Ham 0, Manchester City 0 in a Premier League which has been ripe with goals this season. Good tackle by Cancelo to deny Bowen on this occasion, but it's come back to Jared Bowen, who heads it infield, but there's no West Ham teammate there, and it's just shepherded away by City, who are in no great hurry to get forward at the moment. Here's Bernardo Silva playing a little bit deeper than we're accustomed to seeing him, of course, with Aguero, Sterling and Mahrez all ahead of him in more traditional attacking roles. This is Eric Garcia, the still teenage Spanish defender. He's on halfway, pushing and probing, and West Ham have got a good shape at the moment. City can't find a way through. Rodri out to Kyle Walker on the far side, wearing orange boots, looking to take on Masuaku. Masuaku does his job. The ball pops up and then out of play for a throw. Walker again. Now Bernardo Silva. Actually, we don't need to keep calling him Bernardo Silva anymore, do we? Because David Silva, of course, has gone to Real Sociedad. So we can just call him Silva and you won't get confused.
And I think he's got Bernardo on his back, isn't he?
He does, yeah. Well, I suppose you could call him Bernardo,
Yeah.
which you prefers, but I mean, in England we normally use the second name, don't we? Here's Cancelo. Goes square to Garcia. And now Rodri. He's fairly pedestrian from City at the moment, in and around midfield. Aguero drops deep to get a touch and push it to Rodri. Rodri swirls it away towards Kyle Walker. And again, there's no great incision about this Manchester City attack, if you can call it that. It's just a period of possession, really.
Well, West Ham have got a really, really good shape, and they're stopping them balls into that's going through them.
Here's Mahrez, and another shot wildly off target from Ilkay Gundogan, whose 2 contributions so far have been pretty poor. A cross straight into the arms of Fabianski, and now a shot which came skidding off the outside of his left foot and went, 10 yards wide.
Yeah, someone of his ability, you'd expect him really to test the goalkeeper, at least get it on target. It come off the side of his foot, and as you say, went horribly wide.
Goal kick by Lucas Fabianski. It's a 250th Premier League appearance for Fabianski, for Arsenal and for Swansea. And for West Ham United, he's kept 65 clean sheets in that time. He's been a great servant to English football generally. Here's a ball in towards Aguero, and it's met by Balbuena. Paraguayan defender manages to head the ball behind, and it's going to be a City corner, their second. This time it's from the opposite side, the right, as they attack. Bernardo Silva's gone over to gather the ball. 13 minutes played at the London Stadium. Corner's taken short. In it comes, but headed away by West Ham as far as Walker. Now it's Gundogan chipping it in, and here's Ruben Diaz, and he was trying to control the ball and volley it into the net, and the reason he couldn't was because Koufal did really well to get in the way and make sure that there was no shot on goal for the Portuguese player.
Yeah, he did, and it was onside. The ball's got played over the top, and Koufal's actually read it, got back goal side. But I thought Diaz probably could have just gone for an header. He decided
possibly
to bring it down on his chest.
Shows confidence for a centre-half, doesn't it, to try and do that? He was, of course, part of the Portuguese team that won the Nations League. He plays and trains alongside the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo at international level. City corner from the left-hand side. In it comes, and away it goes from West Ham. That's a clever back heel back to Gundogan, and for the third time Gundogan makes a very, very poor contact and overhits the cross and puts it out of play on the far side. It's not been his day so far, although he was brilliant in midweek.
Yeah, no, that was poor. It was good play from Bernardo Silva, just a little back flick to release him on this left-hand side, and again he's got time and space, no one really closing him down, Gundogan, and the cross was overhit and went out over the far side for a West Ham throw-in.
Carol is with us as ever. Looking forward to the commentary from @GreatFace Radio, that's me on Twitter, and @RufusBrevitt3, that's Rufus on Twitter, cheering for Manchester City win and a VAR-less weekend of football from the Gulf Coast in Florida. And as usual, there's a beautiful picture of lovely expanse of Atlantic Ocean, or maybe it's the Gulf of Mexico, I should say, perhaps more correctly. Here's Raheem Sterling trying to wriggle away from the attentions of Koufal, who've impressed me since he arrived at West Ham. He looks a useful player, former Slavia Prague man, joined the club for $5 million, and he's done pretty well. Here's Cancelo, that's a brilliant ball to Aguero. Danger whenever he's on the ball, clips it into the box towards Mahrez. It goes behind. Mahrez says corner. I think it's going to be a goal kick. But that was a lovely ball by Cancelo.
It was a fantastic weighted through pass, and it was a good run from Aguero, who just tried to clip it into the box, and it was Mahrez who just tried to get his foot on it, but good defending from Cresswell, and I think it went out for a goal kick.
Yeah, I think it should have been a corner.
I think it looked like it, because Cresswell got himself round, and it did look like it came off the West Ham defender.
Either way, he needed to be there, and he was. Femi Taiwo, and backing the Hammers to get something from this match. They can hurt City on the counter-attack and set pieces. You're certainly right there, set pieces. They've had one so far. But Mikel Antonio, of course, had an incredible spell of goal scoring towards the end of last season. And as they showed against Tottenham, there are goals in them now. Here's Jared Bowen into the City box. Can't quite control it, and it's nicked away from him by Garcia and put out of play. But Jared Bowen, as you mentioned, Rufus, looks a good outlet for West Ham today.
He does, and every time he gets the ball, he's driving West Ham forward. Without the ball, he's making these forward runs and trying to get in behind the Manchester City backline.
Cross by Koufal towards Antonio. What a goal! It's an overhead kick from Mikel Antonio, volleyed spectacularly and acrobatically into the net, and rather against the run of play. With 18 minutes gone, West Ham United have taken the lead, and they have done it in spectacular fashion. West Ham 1, Manchester City 0.
Well, as we say, Manchester City have had all the play, not really created anything. But West Ham here, as the ball gets played into the box, it's Diaz that's marking the West Ham centre forward, and he's just got in front of him and just overhead kick, and he must be on the 6-yard line, leaving the keeper absolutely no chance. A fantastic strike. 1-0 West Ham.
I'll tell you what, Rufus, normally or often when someone has an overhead kick, they're in a lot of space. He not only had to get his foot to the ball and hook it back over his head, he had to wrestle away the attentions of Ruben Diaz, who was very tight on him, wasn't he? Brilliant play.
Yeah, he was tight on him, and we know that he's a big, strong lad, Antonio, and he's just got in front of him. Diaz couldn't quite get in front of him. He held his ground and just did the overhead kick and just went wide of the Manchester City goalkeeper. 1-0, fantastic goal.
It's already his third goal of the season. Mikel Antonio, he got 10 last season. That was his best return for a while for West Ham. He's been a fantastic servant to the club. It's his 6th season with West Ham. And if you look at last season, of course, when the Premier League resumed after the lockdown, West Ham were in grave relegation danger, and Mikel Antonio helped them out of it. It was due in no small part to him. Here's Masuaku for West Ham, and the ball into the box, and West Ham trying to get another, and Antonio can't get onto that one. He's going to be penalised for a foul. But he got all those goals towards the end of last season, including all 4 in a handsome win against Norwich, and he was above anyone else. The reason why West Ham stayed up, people forget they were so close to going down, that his goals helped them stay in the Premier League, and he's got 3 more this season, and West Ham could be heading for something special here, because as I keep saying, they haven't beaten Manchester City for such a long time. That horrible row of defeats they'll be hoping to put an end to, and as opposed to last weekend when they conceded 3 in the opening 20 minutes, there got to 20 minutes, a goal up, and City have to respond. Here's Aguero. Bernardo Silva tries to muscle his way through, but is blocked. It's cleared by West Ham. The header is by Ruben Diaz. That was Silva again on the ball, and now it's with Cancelo inside the centre circle. It's a good ball if City can get to it, and they do. It's Silva. Actually, I think I might call him Bernardo. come to think of it, because every time I say Silva, I think of David Silva. I know he's gone, but he was such a part of the field. We're looking at it again, Rufus. I mean, any angle, that is some goal.
It's a fantastic goal, and as you say, he was under pressure. He held Diaz off, and in doing so, he's a good acrobatic overhead kick, and leaving the goalkeeper no chance. And he's 6 yards out, straight into the goal, 1-0.
Actually, two of the teams that West Ham helped send down with their good form last season are currently playing in the Championship. Watford and Bournemouth, both relegated last season. Watford a goal up at Vicarage Road. Stipe Perica has made it 1-0. Here's the free kick for Manchester City, headed away by Fornals of all people. It's come back to Cancelo, who tries to drive it forward. Well, this wasn't really in the script, but we knew it would take something special to give West Ham a goal, and it certainly was special. And they're playing with a bit of confidence now, the Hammers. Here's Koufal on halfway, right-hand side. Just rolls it back to Balbuena, who finds Ogbonna. Koufal again.
He's looked good, Koufal, on this right-hand side.
Agree,
good on the ball, spots danger as well. Defensively, looks like a very good defender.
And still West Ham enjoying the possession here. It's City's turn to try and win it back. Here's Koufal once more, wearing 5. Drives the ball forward. It goes into touch. Victor Ocon-John, good afternoon, sir. Welcome back to the lunchtime fixture. Hope you are having a good time today and enjoying your commentary live in the kitchen. Victor is in Abuja in Nigeria. I am enjoying it, Victor. Hope you are too. I hope you're enjoying whatever you're cooking up there. Here's Koufal once more, forward by Balbuena. We're midway through the first half. Manchester City having beaten Arsenal and Porto this week, trailing to a spectacular West Ham goal in London. They need to regroup and find a little bit of inspiration, maybe try and give Aguero a yard of space inside the box and let him do what he has done on 180 occasions in the Premier League. That one's towards Gundogan, but it's too long. It goes over the German international's head and away for a goal kick. Warren B is in Memphis, Tennessee, where it's chilly but heating up with the football. Come on, City, says Warren. Tennessee was where Biden and Trump met, wasn't it, the other night? We won't get all political.
No.
Here's Mikel Antonio driving forward, looking for a second goal for West Ham. He's gone over. I don't think it's going to be a penalty kick. There are appeals, but Anthony Taylor is singularly unimpressed and walks away. We're not getting another look at this, Rufus, but my initial reaction was definitely not a pen.
Yeah, no, I don't think it was, but it was good, strong running from Antonio again.
Yeah, he looks in form. Here comes City, though. It's Cancelo, edge of the penalty area. Good turn by him. Wants to, thinks about a shot. Instead, it turned into a cross. Riyad Mahrez slid in at the back post. Very tight angle for the former Leicester man, and in truth, he didn't really connect very well. He did get it on target, but Fabianski made a pretty simple save in the end. It was good play by Cancelo, but maybe should he have shot himself? He gave Riyad Mahrez a difficult angle there.
Yeah, it was good play from the Manchester City fullback. He just tucks inside, and again he's in a shooting position where he probably should have hit it low and hard across the goalkeeper. Decided to just play it across the face of the goal, leaving Mahrez. Mahrez got there, tight angle, left the goalkeeper comfortable to get hold of the ball.
26 minutes gone at the London Stadium. West Ham United 1, Manchester City, the 6 times champions of England, 4 times in the Premier League era, 0. Cancelo finding Garcia, and now Walker, who's come infield. Mahrez has gone across to the right hand side, finds Walker again. He does that, Kyle Walker, doesn't he? Sort of interchangeable. Of course, he plays as a a centre-half in a three quite often for England. Got his 50th cap recently, didn't he? Kyle Walker as well. Here's a swirling ball in towards Aguero by Cancelo, and it swirls too far, and Sergio Aguero, the man who's got 10 goals in his career against West Ham, has not really had too many opportunities to add to that tally yet.
No, they're watching very closely, the three West Ham defenders. He's trying to just get in between them. The ball from Cancelo was a little bit too hard, overhit, and it went out for a goal kick. But no, they're watching him really closely, the West Ham back line.
Ed M is tuned in, enjoying the commentary, getting some ice cream while he's listening. Can't wait for Chelsea to beat Manchester United. He says great commentary listening from La Paz in Ghana. Here comes City again. It's Raheem Sterling, who's been fairly quiet. We haven't mentioned him a lot. He's gone down there and won a free kick, but he hasn't really been able to exert himself on the game very much so far, Raheem Sterling. I mean, that's not to say that he won't, of course, but he's been quiet so far.
No, he has been quiet. Hasn't really seen a lot of the ball. And you like to. I'm sure Man City want to get him on the ball in the final third.
Here they are coming forward again with Mahrez back to Walker. Mahrez is almost playing as a wing back with Walker as an extra centre half at the moment. It's Bernardo finding Garcia, back to Bernardo, diminutive figure in central midfield, just swings the ball away towards Kyle Walker, who's got Mahrez over on the far side. Once again, West Ham good shape. City can't find a way through at the moment for all their glittering talents, and they're kind of stuck in centre midfield at the moment and can't get out of it. Here's Bernardo, Garcia, and now Cancelo. He's been an awkward customer, plays the ball down the line to Gundogan and then gets it back from Ilkay Gundogan on his left foot, swirls in a cross, it's too long, and Masuaku is able to clear, but only as far as Walker, who plays a square ball which doesn't reach its target, and suddenly Declan Rice, who loves these buccaneering runs forward, tries to get West Ham forward again. Unfortunately, Mikel Antonio didn't control properly initially, and all the sting has gone out of that attack and the ball has been lost, and Manchester City have it again on the far side with Bernardo, who finds Sterling. Raheem Sterling into the box, cuts in, wants to shoot along the edge of the penalty area, crowded out though. That's one of his trademark moves, isn't it, along the edge of the box and then whipping it in to the corner. Wasn't able to get a shot away that time though.
I've got to say, West Ham are very good defensively. Yes. Very, very good, closing the spaces down.
Yeah, they've won the ball back after a mistake by Kyle Walker, but then they've made a mistake themselves and the ball has been put straight out of play by Balbuena, I think it was. Nearly half an hour gone. Here's Bernardo for City into the box. It's a great run by Bernardo, who still has the ball at his feet, but he's going away from goal at the moment. Finds Mahrez trying to cross it on his left foot. He does that, it's his weaker foot, and it's a very, very poor cross. City's crossing's not been good today.
They've been poor in the final third. They've been, all the possession they've had, quite comfortable for West Ham to just shuffle across and close the gaps. But when they get in the final third, we've seen it with Gundogan and there with Mahrez, it's poor delivery in the final third, which you don't really expect from Manchester City.
Yep. Half an hour play. David Moyes is urging his West Ham men with the 15 minutes that remain until the half-time whistle blows. He'll be absolutely delighted if they can get there with the score as it is at the moment, with Mikel Antonio's spectacular strike on 18 minutes separating the two teams. Here's Aguero. He was caught late, was he? Yes, he was. It's a free kick awarded by Anthony Taylor.
And it was Agbona. He's just tried to win the ball from behind Agbona. A little bit of contact. Aguero's gone down. The referees give a free kick.
Yeah, it's been rolled out wide. Here's Bernardo coming in field and switching the play to the left-hand side, but Sterling sees the pass intended for him intercepted. City have it back. That's another poor ball by them, but they get away with it, but at the cost, they're back in their own half now. Here's Garcia striding forward across halfway and finding Rodri. Rodri again on the ball. That's a nice ball, flicked out to Mahrez. Can he wreak some havoc? Excellent tackle by Masuaku, again on the ball. That's a nice ball, flicked out to Mahrez. Can he wreak some havoc? Excellent tackle by Masuaku. Really good play by the left wing back. City try and come again, but Antonio has won it this time. And Jared Bowen muscles his way through but can't get possession, and City will try and come again. It's been frustrating for Guardiola's men at the moment because West Ham have been so well organised, but they're back inside the final third here with the ball going back in the end to Cancelo. Here's Rodri. Rodri clips it away towards Walker. One touch by him. Here comes the cross towards Aguero, but well defended by Angelo Ogbonna. The Italian just solid in front of Aguero. He's a few inches taller than the Argentinian, to be fair. And in the end, it's a goal kick. So that little passage of play in which Manchester City had loads of possession, but you can count on one hand the number of attempts on goal that City have had, and very few of them on target.
Yeah, that's right, and it's really important, a West Ham point of view, that you've got to concentrate and keep your concentration, because any lapse of concentration, you know that
Try and nurture for the next probably 5 minutes with stoppage time. There won't be much of that, I don't think. But Antonio, well, he's an absolute class act. 3 goals for the season now. Now he's got another chance, and it's nicked off his toes by Bernardo, who did some good defending there. And West Ham put the ball out of play, and once again City looked a little vulnerable there, and Antonio, who gives his thumbs up to the delivery from Creswell, probably 5 minutes with stoppage time. There won't be much of his way, but to be fair to little Bernardo, who's not a defender by any means, he did well.
He did really well to get himself between the player and the...
3 goals for the on a wet and season now in Mandeville, Jamaica. Now he's got another chance, and we're warming him up in anticipation of the living there. Loving the West Ham put the ball out of play, and once again City looked a little vulnerable there, and Antonio is wet and cold here. Thumbs up to the delivery
the ball, and just got in front of Antonio, who looked as though he was just going to squeeze his way through and get a shot off.
Michael Powell is listening. London in October, but gosh, cold in Jamaica. I've got a Jamaican friend who arrived for an athletics event in Birmingham where it was like -2, and they said, oh, don't forget to bring a coat, and he said, well, I don't have a coat because we don't need one. So he had to borrow someone else's. Here's Declan Rice for West Ham. Can they make it even better before the interval? The nod back is a good one, and the fiercely struck shot first from Masuaku and then from Bowen. Both are blocked. But the Hammers are ending the first half well. Here's another cross into the City box, and it's headed away by Garcia. Here's Bowen just going away from goal at the moment, and then Declan Rice pushes it further back, and here's Kufal trying to cross. It's blocked by Cancelo.
Very, very impressive from West Ham. It really is. Yeah, without really the ball and on the ball, they're getting into some really good positions. Good understanding from Kufal and Bowen on this right hand side, and again they've got a throw in here in the attacking third.
Ball is cleared by Manchester City, but West Ham have it. I like this tweet. Lee Hart getting some dew from Whiskey Pete's on the California-Nevada state line. Everybody needs to lose today to leave Leeds in third place. Dew, I'm presuming, is some sort of drink, because I can see a dispenser. I can't see whether it's alcoholic or not. Probably, given the time in Nevada, it's early morning. I hope it's not alcoholic, unless you've been up all night. Here's West Ham again. Final minute of the first half. First half, which they've been absolutely terrific and thoroughly deserve, I would say, to go in a goal up.
Completely deserved, really has.
Here they come again, they're confident as well. That's a lovely ball to Kufal. What can Kufal produce? There's the cross. A little back heel by Bowen, but comes to nothing, and it's scooped away by City. Here's Declan Rice again in midfield, laying it off to Balbuena, Angelo Ogbonna, and Aaron Creswell. Fornals is on the far side, finds Antonio, but it's pinched off his toes, and Ilkay Gundogan is coming forward. He's got very little support from City, who just didn't seem willing to get forward there. Even Aguero is way back, almost on halfway. He's on the ball now, Aguero.
Well, normally when Manchester City nick the ball in midfield, as they did there, they drive forward. Players normally drive forward, but Gundogan got the ball there and really was ahead of everyone else, with no one really catching him up.
Yep, you expect them to bomb on, but they certainly didn't. They bombed out, really, didn't they? 1 minute to be added on, which is about right, because we've had very few stoppages indeed. Sometimes wonder why they even bother putting a minute on. Here's Sterling, and again he's tackled Kufal. West Ham's defending's been brilliant. Kufal's been excellent. And,
yes.
Sterling's barely had a kick. Frustrating game for the Manchester City captain. They might get one more chance, but they're going to have to get the ball forward quickly in order to do that. Anthony Taylor looks at his watch. Still alive on the far side with Bernardo. And then Walker. Ogbonna only half clears, but Fabianski says that's mine. leaps in the air, gathers the ball, falls to the ground, and Anthony Taylor obliges with his whistle. David Moyes walks back down the tunnel, no doubt a very happy man. West Ham have been set up superbly and have been the better team, and the goal with which they lead was an absolute classic from Mikel Antonio, a superb overhead kick. So at half-time, it is West Ham 1, Manchester City 0.
As darkness sweeps around the globe at 8 p.m. on the 18th of November, 25,000 people worldwide will pull their running shoes on to hit the road for a virtual 5 or 10k at Run in the Dark. I'm Mark Pollock, and by joining us to Run in the Dark this November, you'll be supporting the Mark Pollock Trust and our charity partner Collaborative Cures, whose mission it is to cure paralysis in our lifetime. Register now at runinthedark.org and get your medal, your flashing armband, and your Run in the Dark virtual timing app. Thank you.
Let's talk about you looking after your business. Ford, looking after your vehicle. Let's talk hassle-free Ford leasing. Just a fixed monthly payment, no motor tax to deal with, and no maintenance or servicing to pay on selected plans. Get the all-new Ford Kuga from €425 per month. Hassle-free Ford lease. Now we're talking. Search Ford Lease or text Ford to 50015 to speak to us about leasing your next vehicle.
Text cost to standard rate. Price quoted for a Kuga Titanium with no maintenance over 4 years with 3 monthly rentals in advance. 20,000 kilometres per annum. Business users only. Price excludes VAT. Ford Lease is provided by Marion Fleet Management, trading as Ford Lease.
Get ready and hold on tight, because the Premier League is here! Which teams will stay on track, and who'll go off the rail? Get the Irish Sun for top transfer news, exclusive star interviews, and opinions from the biggest names in football. Plus, expert analysis of every action-packed match in our fantastic goals pull-out each weekend. Stay up to speed, because you never know what the Premier League is going to throw up. Pick up the Irish Sun today.
This is not the time for business as usual. It's time for effort and imagination. It's time to use technology to start your online plans. It's time to work from home to stay in touch. It's time to look to each other. Erscá Céile. Ireland is working online with help from Black Knight and .ie, because now we need better than business as usual. Call Black Knight on 059 918 3027 or visit blackknight.ie.
123ink.ie for all your home office needs, including printers, ink, toners, paper, label markers, binders,
pens, bins, batteries, boxes, chalk, compass, files, memory sticks, highlighters, glue, notepads, pencils,
Whoa! And we're cheaper than your current supplier. 123ink.ie for home, for office, for less.
Introducing Guardson Sport. Protect your sporting equipment from COVID-19 for up to 14 days with Guardson Sport disinfectant treatment. Ideal in team sports settings with the sharing of balls, rackets, gloves, helmets, and all other sporting equipment. Guardson Sport kills COVID-19 on impact, keeping surfaces free from COVID-19 and other viruses and bacteria for up to 14 days by creating a protective polymer layer on application. For more information on Guardson Sport and other quality assured, certified and approved PPE, visit yourcovidprotection.com.
Welcome back. Manchester City are trailing against West Ham, and deservedly so, at the interval. Cross by Koufal towards Antonio. What a goal! It's an overhead kick from Mikel Antonio, volleyed spectacularly and acrobatically into the net, and rather against the run of play. With 80 minutes gone, West Ham United have taken the lead, and they have done it in spectacular fashion. West Ham 1, Manchester City 0.
Well, as we say, Manchester City have had all the play, not really created anything. But West Ham here, as the ball gets played into the box, you know, it's Diaz that's marking the West Ham centre forward, and he's just got in front of him and just overhead kick, and he must be on the 6-yard line, leaving the keeper absolutely no chance. A fantastic strike.
Well, it was a wonderful goal by Mikel Antonio, really acrobatic and accurate, and a devastating blow for Manchester City. You'll have heard in that commentary that I said rather against the run of play, which was true, wasn't it, after 18 minutes? But my goodness me, since that goal, there was Manchester City were second best, certainly, weren't they?
Yeah, that's right. You know, Man City came out the blocks really quick, possession-wise. Didn't really create anything. Got in some good areas, and their final delivery was poor. But since the goal, West Ham, you've seen them grow in confidence. You know, on the ball they've been good, getting the ball in good areas, getting the ball in the box. But off the ball, they've been very, very organised.
Yeah, and they barely fashioned a chance. They've had a few chances, but not good ones.
No,
Manchester City, and that I would suggest is probably down to the way West Ham is set up with three at the back and two excellent wing backs. Who, you know, they haven't got forward much. Creswell a little bit, but Koufal set up the goal. But I mean, that's credit to David Moyes, the way he's got them organised today.
Well, they're organised, they're working together as a team, they're shuffling across as a team, closing the spaces down, and like I said in commentary, Koufal has been very, very good. He's been defensively good and supporting Bowen on this right hand side. I think they've been excellent. But again, it's only 45 minutes.
Yeah, true. 45 minutes though, in which it's probably hard to pick a West Ham player who's played poorly. Equally, fairly hard to pick a Manchester City player who's played particularly well. Cancelo's there and thereabouts, but largely as a team they've been very poor.
And